Hello everyone, Fluffy here. Welcome back to my channel. This will be vlog 2. Just wanted to sit and chit chat for a little while. Didn't really feel like cooking. It's just one of those days where no matter what I do, I'm tired. You know, it just pisses me off actually. There's nothing I could do about that. I just have to ride it out, and more than likely I'll be fine tomorrow. I was on a schedule of being awake at like normal times. I would go to bed with the wife at night, and I'd get up way earlier than her, and halfway through the night, you know, after about 3 hours of sleep, get up and sit up for a little bit and then go back to bed. But then I would be up for an early part of the day. And then told y'all my daughter flew out, and I took her to the airport, and she had to be there. The flight left at 6 in the morning, so we stayed up all night, and that kind of threw me off again. But that's fine, because it would have eventually messed up again anyway. So, I hate that flipping glare. There we go. But anyway, I had plans. I was going to either make a patty melt with some chips or something like that. But I just thought I have some cereal. I'll just munch on while we talk. I had to take a nap. Just got up from a nap like 10 minutes ago. And there's that line I'm talking about of the CPAP mask. So maybe I need to turn this way so you don't see it so much. And his eye is pretty swollen today. I don't know if you can see that in here. I have a lot of little numbness isn't all the way out, but it's just shit. Anyway, not really much has gone on here since I talked to you last. Just went to the store and paid some bills, you know. Although me and the wife went yesterday to my favorite restaurant / grocery store, which is the Omar, the Asian grocery store, and they have a restaurant in the far corner, or a cafe or a diner or whatever. It's got a counter and all kinds of tables in it. It started off as just a couple of tables, you know, in the corner, and I had assumed that it was probably a way for them to use up all the vegetables before they spoil from the produce department and things like that. But it really caught on, and it's really good food for a reasonable price. And so now they've just expanded. And when we went yesterday, we noticed there were even more tables. You kind of sit really close to the counter. But it's really good food, and I had burejjige, which is army-based stew. And army-based stew is basically when the Korean War ended and our troops left the country was very poor and didn't have a whole lot of food. So the GIs ended up leaving all their, I know they're called MREs now. When my father was in the Vietnam War, they were called C rations. So I don't know what they were called back then. I really don't. If anybody can comment in the comment section, let me know, because I've always been curious about that. And I don't know why I didn't ever Google it. But I didn't. They left all those behind. And so the biggest staple, which every household had, was kimchi. I mean, to this day, there are monasteries there that make it by the tonnage, you know, a ton of it, and they issue it out to the poor. So they used those military rations that we left behind and added it to the kimchi, kind of made a stew out of it. And so you could have anything. Some, I've never had it with oh God, the beans, the sweet beans, not kidney beans, not pinto beans. I'll think of it in just a second. But those beans you know, that you make with beans and weenies, those type of beans. You can put in there. There's hot dogs. Spam is a big thing. I told you how spam is like expensive in Korea. Just different things like that. You can just find anything in there. I mean, I've put dumplings in mine when I make it here at home. And so I had some of that because I think they put miso paste in theirs, because I'll make that at home. And there's something else they're putting in there that makes it taste a little different, and I think it's miso paste. I had miso paste. I also have soybean paste. My miso paste got thrown away because it looks terrible. It looks like off-colored peanut butter. You know what I mean? I mean, it doesn't look good, but it lasts forever if you keep it in the fridge. And I think somebody did a clean out and saw it and go, ooh, how long have we had that? And threw it out. But I have soybean paste I never opened. I could do that and try it and see what happens. Anyway, that's what we had. We walked around. Usually they stock their stuff every Wednesday. So, you know, if you went on Tuesday and the kimchi was gone, they restock. But I wanted to get some more fish cakes, spicy fish cakes, and a few things for her to take for her lunches because she went back to work today. But I'm going to take a minute. Martin, I'm going to try today really hard to do what you do. There's a fellow mukbanger that I met. Well, I've been watching mukbangs for a while, and usually when you start watching algorithms on your YouTube, you start watching a certain style or type of videos, it'll track that and it'll start popping up videos that you might be interested in. Well, Marty does a lot of vlogging, and he does a lot of different videos. His channel name is Marty Nicky. I call him Martin because that's his name, but I knew that it took me a second. MartiNikki. So, y'all, just giving him a shout out. He gives me shout outs all the time, and I know I do, but I haven't mentioned his channel in some time. So, check him out. I know he does some gaming, and he does a lot of vlogging. He just got a job. He's been kind of down lately because he really wanted to work outside the house, so his videos might slow down. I don't know. I hope not, because I enjoy watching him. We just hit it off. I don't know. It's like it'd be family. We could hang out. I mean, if he was here in Texas with me, we'd be traveling as much as I could travel to go see him, or vice versa. But he's all the way in California. He's been doing more and more mukbangs. He just got through doing a video, not the one where he said he was on his way to work. The one before that, he made chili, and he makes beef jerky. So he does a little bit of cooking, and he does some mukbangs, but he likes to vlog. And so go check him out. I love him to death. A really great guy. He and his husband, like I said, they live in California, and he's really cool. You are so cool, Marty. I love you. So go check him out. And if I can, because he does it, there's a little link somewhere up here where you push on it, and, you know, I'll try that. I'll try really hard today to do that. The other person that I wanted to shout out, talked to my niece in Louisiana. You know, I mentioned her. We got to talk earlier in the week, and it was really nice to hear from her. Was it early in the week or over the weekend? It was recently. And so she catches me online, and we chit-chat a little while. I love talking to her. Got a lot of the same personalities. Love Korean food. We both love Korean food. I love her to death. Well, she tells me that I had told you that I haven't told any family members, but I wrote down and told her, and said she would check it out, but she never said anything. So when I get curious, I push and push. So I didn't want to push. So I thought, well, if she watches them, she'll tell me. Well, today she tells me that she's been watching me at work, and apparently her coworkers have been watching me too. Shame on y'all. You should be working. Anyway, I wanted to give them a shout out to my niece and her crew down in Louisiana. Thank you so much for watching me, subscribing to my channel. I really appreciate the support. I'm glad you enjoy watching my videos. Mukbangs aren't for everyone, and they say they like my stories, so I'll keep those coming. But yeah, I just wanted to take a moment and shout them out. They're starting to ask her, do I have a new video out? But now that they've subscribed to me and they've turned on that alert thing, they'll know when I have another video coming out. So, but I think there's a special K my daughter bought for me. She bought me a big old bag of Frosted Flakes. I was supposed to eat them as cereal, but I ended up eating them as a snack, dry, out of the box. Got my dog's growling at something. It's 4:49, so people are probably coming home from work and stuff, and they hear car doors slamming. When Callie, my wife's big dog, starts barking, then I know it's somebody outside person. The other two, or the other three, they'll bark if the wind blows wrong. This reminds me, my niece and her family had this Rottweiler. They loved Rottweilers. My sister loved Rottweilers, so they owned a lot of Rottweilers, and excuse me, over the years. But they had this one Rottweiler. We used to call him Beefer Man. But this was a big old honking Rottweiler. We're talking the ones they would use in horror movies that are huge, and you see them in the dark, and, you know, it's ominous looking dog, but sweet as he could be. I loved that dog. Loved him. Oh my God, I told me and my daughter at the time lived in this mobile home, and really not a place for a dog that big, but I told my sister, you ever need to get rid of him, I would take him and work it out. I called him Beefer Man, but I think his name was Brutus. I think that's what it was, Brutus. The B and the B. My sister used to have her windows open in the house when she could, you know, save on energy like we always do. I like airing out my house if the weather's permitting. But all she'd have to do is she goes, watch this. She would take a wooden cutting board and her favorite knife, and the windows would be open. And there was one, it was a weirdly shaped house, but there was one that was like this far from her kitchen countertop. And the windows were pretty low. I mean, they, you know, I'm 5 foot, well, almost 5'4". I'm probably shorter now, but let's say 5'4". 5'4", and those windows came up to my knee, the window ledge. So she says, watch this. And I said, okay. So she'd take the big knife and the cutting board, and all she did was tap. She would tap the knife on the cutting board, and there was Brutus, sitting right there, pretty as can be, looking like, what do you got, what do you got? Give me the scraps, give me the scraps. I tripped out completely. I was like, oh my God, I love that dog. I would take that dog to Jack in the Box with me. And back then, Jack in the Box, I used to work there years ago, back when Jack had a face, and then he didn't have the face the first time around. Now he's got a face again. But I would take him, and back then you could order a canine burger. All you have to do is say canine burger, and they knew what you meant, and they knew how to charge you and everything. And basically it was a hamburger patty that they knew you were probably going to give to the dog. And I would love to take him and just order him one. Just learn how to eat? Wow. Puppy. Oink, oink. Anyway, thing is, what I found very strange, my daughter is like the animal whisperer. Animals love her, especially dogs. Dogs just love her. You know, she trained all our dogs, and they really cling to her. But this dog hated her. This dog growled at her and barked at her all the time. He just couldn't stand her. So when I would go to the store, Sorry about that. I had to pause you and blow my nose. Didn't want to do that on camera. But what I would have, most of the time when I would take him to get that beef patty, I would leave her at my sister's house because he just really, he didn't like her, and she was scared of him because he didn't like her, and that's just shocking to us because I think it was the one and only dog that ever didn't like her. So, but I have fond memories of Brutus. I really miss that dog, and I would take him today in a heartbeat, even though we have 4 in the house, and that's really enough. But, so, yeah. I know I'm real good about showing my food, but this really isn't a mukbang. It's more of a vlog, and I just have more fun eating and talking. Something I wanted to ask, it had to do with fibromyalgia, and I don't remember now. I saw it in a post, and I'm like, you know what? That's a really good question to ask people, because it really does happen. Another question that I wanted to ask, I know a lot of the, maybe when I ask this question, the other question will pop in my head. Do you fiber warriors, do you find that if you go to the doctor for an ailment, you know, say you had a new symptom come up, something new came up that you were feeling sick about or heard about, and you thought, oh, this can't be fibro because this is new, and you go to the doctor, and he brushes it off as fibro. Do you tend to run into that problem? Because a lot of the warriors on these channels say that. When I started getting fibromyalgia symptoms, my primary sent me to a lot of places to try to find out what the hell was going on with me, because I'd be getting 1 EKG a week because of the, the chest pressure and things, and so he didn't stop until, I finally quit going to him because he finally sent me to a rheumatologist who diagnosed me. However, my primary is a very old school gentleman, been in the with my hospital for like 50 years. When that hospital, and it's a very popular hospital, famous hospital around the country, when it first opened, he was one of 12 doctors. And now you have hundreds and hundreds of doctors, thousands even probably, that work there. And so he's very, very old school. And it's just been in recent years that doctors are acknowledging fibromyalgia as a real thing. Before, they considered it a throwaway disease. If the doctor couldn't figure out what the hell was wrong with you, then he said you had fibromyalgia to get a diagnosis and to get you out of their office. And I think that he feels that way. For me, it's both a curse and a blessing, and here's why. When I first told him what the doctor had said, because I hadn't seen him for a while since the diagnosis, I figured if he was really, really curious, he could go into my records and find out, hey, I wonder what he ever said about her. So when I went back to him for something else, I can't really remember what it was, he made a face. Didn't want to talk about it when I said I got diagnosed with it. So I think he's one of those. So it's a curse because now he doesn't really believe that I have this. But it's kind of a blessing because if I were to go in with him, and I don't go, my wife says that I'm going to keel over and die one day because I'm going to have a symptom like I'm having a heart attack, and I'm going to brush it off as fibromyalgia, and then I'm going to keel over when I should have been going to the doctor. But I know that if I were to ever go into the office and tell them that I'm not feeling well and tell him what's going on, because he doesn't believe in it, he's not going to brush it off as the fibro. He's going to do tests, and he's going to try to figure out what it is. So in that way, I feel like it's a blessing that he doesn't think that it's real. So what do y'all think? Have you had this happen? How frustrating it is? How frustrating is it? It's got to be pretty frustrating. But if it is the fibro, I mean, what can they do? They can't treat us now. That's why that Social Security guy, one of the other answers was that I'm being treated for my fibromyalgia, so the disease shouldn't accelerate, it shouldn't progress. And I'm thinking, you are making a determination and you don't even know what fibromyalgia is. They don't treat it. Their treatment is giving you drugs, whether it's the gabapentin, whether it's actual narcotics. I mean, some people with fibro are actually getting injections of lidocaine. Yeah, IV drips or some crap of lidocaine to try to relieve their um, symptoms. So everything that they're doing beyond pain medication is experimental. What helps one won't help the other. So, oh, I know what I wanted to ask. See, I told you, this is how my brain works. You fiber warriors. My niece, I know that your clan is sitting there watching me, and you're like, oh my God, can you have another story? This shit's boring. Stay with me, Jimbo. This is important. This is why I have my channel. You fiber warriors. You know, a lot of people tell me that massage therapy helps them. Uh, what do you think? Do you get massages? How does it feel? I know that when my neck hurts or my back hurts, my wife will try to give me a massage, and she has to stop after a couple of minutes. And actually, I go further than I want her to know because I try to toughen out the pain. But the repetitive pressing really hurts because we got those pressure points. And I don't find that would help me at all, you know? But then I guess I'm an extra sissy lala. Like I have this massage balls my daughter gave me. Excuse me, let me reach one. Okay, there's one that's, pardon me, completely smooth. They don't have these bumps. And I don't know where it is. I think the dogs probably took it. They were expensive too. I really need to try to find the other one. So I've been using this one, but the round one, because these kind of hurt, the nodules on here. But usually I'll put them on the back of my neck and lean against the couch and kind of roll back and forth and put pressure, and it helps. The problem is after I get through doing that, about an hour later or whatever, I'll touch my skin and it's like freaking sore. I'm like, oh my God. I don't see how massage would help me. Does it help you? Do you tough through the pain because you get pain relief for quite a long time after that? Let me know. Comment in the comment section. I'm finally getting comments and everything in the bottom, and I really appreciate that. I'm up to 34 subscriptions, so that's really, really fantastic. I thank you all for that. Um, I'm gaining some momentum, and I'm so happy about that. I've got a microphone. Somebody commented, I was going to use the word complain, but it's not because they were very kind about it, and that's what I'm saying. If you got something to say, be kind, and I'll listen. That the audio was a little off on my no talk, this last no talk I did, the one with the egg rolls. I didn't find that to be so. I could hear every crunching and all the slurping. Now, the only thing that I didn't hear was the food smacking. Um, when I smack my food, and niece of mine, it's going to sound weird, I enjoy the smacking, and it feels very freeing, and I'll tell you why. Um, when I was young, my father hated smacking. He would get so mad if he heard us smack our food. He found it very unladylike or whatever, and he hated it. And one time when I smacked my food, and I was young, I wasn't even thinking about it. He come around and he smashed my face in a bowl of spaghetti. I had a plate of spaghetti, and it was slurping, and I wasn't being careful. And so he did that. And so I'm really kind of paranoid when it comes to eating noises. So sometimes it's an effort for me because I know y'all like to hear it, to do it. And I enjoy doing it. I feel giddy inside. I don't know. I guess because I feel like I'm getting away with something. I'm an adult. I can do it if I want to. That type of thing. But so, and I have a feeling that's what this viewer was looking for. And I wasn't giving because gosh, I just noticed that the microphone was on mute. And I'm so hoping that I haven't done this video and all you only people that can listen is the ones who are lip reading. Damn it. Anyway, so I have a microphone. It was a pretty cheap microphone, the external one that I ordered that should be coming in tomorrow. I've already done it in one no talk, and I like to do more of the talking ones, but I do like to accommodate the ones that would rather just hear eating sounds. So I won't be doing a no talk one until I get that microphone and see how it does. So if y'all missed the smacking sounds of the egg roll one, I heard a little bit, but the habit is to not smack, to try, So I have to consciously do it. And then when I get started doing it, like I said, I get giddy because I know I can and nobody can say anything. So, but hopefully that'll rectify that problem if, some of y'all really had a problem hearing also. So, anyway, 26-minute vlog. The last one was very short, telling about how I miss my kid. She's still doing okay. But, she's an adult. She'll be fine. It's just me being me. But anyway, I'm going to finish up my cereal. It looks like it's starting to get soggy. So much love to everyone. God bless you. Positive vibes out. Please like and subscribe. If you didn't like this vlog, just let me know why. Just be kind. Comments, you fibro warriors. Let's start talking. My niece out there, I love you very much, and thank you for getting your coworkers to watch me. I hope this wasn't too boring for the office, and I'll get to uploading this right away, so y'all will have something to watch on your Friday, which is tomorrow. So, alrighty, everybody, bye, and y'all have a great rest of the evening. Oh, P.S. Marty, I hope you had a really good day on the job. And Miss Mona, you take care of yourself. Okay, bye.